Hi guys, today we are going to be looking at creating our very first blog post. So we've done all our research, we've gone through, we've found our pillar posts, we've found our domain name, we know what niche we're targeting. So it's time to really get that content plan going. So what I would start with is suggesting to nail down on these pillar posts a little bit more. So we really want to come up with a broad strategy of what we're going to be doing. So if we work on this first pillar post here, we want to come up with at least 30. I personally would do 30, but I'd say you could get away with 20. So 20 to 30 posts we're going to be doing directly about this one pillar post. Once we have done that, we will then move on to other pillars. So what you can do here is just say, tell ChatGPT, using this pillar post, can you please come up with 30 unique blog posts that I can write. And here we should get, hopefully, uniqueness, because a lot of the times programs can go through and they repeat themselves, which we don't want to be doing. You don't want to be creating duplicate content. You want each post to be unique. So you do really have to check and double check ChatGPT to make sure you're not repeating yourself. And this will also apply when you move into the other pillar posts. So here we've got best grass types for low maintenance lawns, how to start. Well, I won't read through them all, but you can see we've got 30 options here, which is fantastic. Now, you do want, your first post you want to write is actually your ultimate guide to low maintenance lawn care. I actually use a software called topicalmap.ai. It really does help me a lot coming up with my topical map. So here we will just go with lawn care, give it our niche. Low maintenance lawns for busy homeowners. Global, we can do, let's go United States. The amount of topics we want. So for this, because it's our very first one, we just want a really good idea of everything that we can find on there. I'm actually nearly out of credits, I just saw, so got to top that up at some point. You do have multiple options here of where your map comes from. I personally don't think it matters too much. 0.8 credits, I only had 1 credit left, which means I can't do this, which I really wanted to do. This cluster view will actually generate a cluster of topics that will show you all the search results, traffic, and things like that. I'll show you an example in a second. So there, we'll just generate this map for now and see how we go. Okay, so this one's in progress. Here's an example of what I have done previously. Smart lawn care technology. I didn't use the cluster on this one, so I can't show you what it does. But here, so smart lawn care technology, that's probably a little bit too broad. I should really have tightened that up a little bit, because soil testing methods, I mean, that is important. Something we definitely would cover, but not quite this early on in the process. So this gives you your topic, your subtopic, and your micro topic. So essentially pillar posts and posts. So you'd have a whole pillar section on just soil testing methods, a whole section on best fertilizers for cool grass. And here you can see you've come up with all your blog posts you can write about. So now I just find this does a far better, more in-depth, and it's also a researched topical map, which means you're probably going to have better chance of ranking using these than you would ChatGPT. ChatGPT is just coming up with random thoughts, whereas Topical Map AI actually does research these maps. And as I said, with the cluster view, it would bring up here a whole list of traffic for potential, search volume and things like that. So it's a fantastic tool. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that. But let's get back to business. So for our first blog post, we're going with the ultimate guide to low maintenance lawn care for busier homeowners. So this will be my first blog post. Can you come up with a content plan? So asking chat to come up with the content plan, pretty much it will just give you a content overview. It'll go through your sections, the introduction, what it's going to be discussing. So if you're new to blogging, this would be fine to use. It makes it very easy for you. But what you want to do is actually come up with some keywords for this particular topic first, because the keywords, they will be going into your H3s or your titles. Keywords will, if we can generate keywords into each of these, it hasn't done that, no. If you can give ChatGPT the keywords first, it will then know where to place them inside of these sections to make it all work and sound natural and boosting your SEO strategy. So what we want to do here is, can you please come up with a list of keywords 30 to 40? Keywords 30, no, we don't need 30, but 15 to 20. Keywords, long-tailed and LSI. Primary keywords, low maintenance, easy lawn care tips. So these long-tailed ones are the ones we really want to target for the search. See these big broad keywords? They, there would be 1,000 websites out there that mention these particular keywords. Long-tail keywords are a more defined search. There's people really looking for something. So if we can rank for these, we've got a far higher chance of ranking higher than we would for these keywords. So you always want to work with your long-tail keywords and try and fit them in. Okay, now using these keywords, can you please draft a introduction? So here, taking care of lawns doesn't have to be a time-consuming chore, so that's something that is engaging the reader. They'd be reading going, oh, time-consuming chore, I hate it, I'm busy. So that's a good little hook. Low maintenance lawn care comes in. We cover everything. Low maintenance lawn seasonal care. So with your introduction, what is important in a blog intro? You need this to be the most engaging part of your content. You really need to hook that reader in. So here are a few rules to apply when coming up with an introduction. Hook the reader, address the problem or need. So a time-consuming chore, especially for busy homeowners. That's where low maintenance lawn care comes in. So you're addressing that problem, and we are telling them that low maintenance lawn care, we've got the solution for you. So it's probably not a bad idea. Even if you are just generating an introduction yourself, take these into account. Just ask ChatGPT, or if you are working with ChatGPT to make introductions, just copy that, paste it. Now write a new engaging introduction. So now that ChatGPT has got these rules, let's see if it can improve. Struggling to keep your lawn looking good without spending hours every week? You're not alone. Most homeowners want a beautiful yard but don't have the time or energy for constant upkeep. The good news, you don't have to. Low maintenance lawn care is all about making smart choices. So there you go. Now, you would space this out, neaten it all up, go through and humanizing. So I'd go through and I'd change certain things. I personally don't say you are, I don't type out you're like that. I would go you are. Little things like this. So I would go through, it's actually language-wise isn't too bad. I've seen chat typing out the most mythical tales in the past. So that's actually done a pretty good job. Let's dive in. So I don't use the word dive in. I would change that to let's get stuck in or something along those lines. So now we've got our introduction. So normally I'd copy and paste this over to a sheet. So I'm working on my second monitor there, which you guys can't see. But I'll paste that in there so it's nice and easy for me to work on. So section 1. Now let's start with section 1. Use any of the keywords found earlier that make them sound natural. So let's see what it's going to do here. Maintaining lush lawn doesn't have to be a constant. So understanding low maintenance lawn care. So now we want sections to be broken up. Actually, what I will do, bring that around here. So now this text is very bunched, making it hard to read. So I like to actually separate my text. It's using very long sentences. So there's a thing called flesh. What is flesh ease score? Flesh ease score, I think that's spelled correctly. It's how the readability testing of text. So pretty much it goes through how hard something is to read or very easy to read, which is very important with blogs. You want people to just come through and have a nice, comfortable time reading clear, plain, simple words. So the more difficult it is, the more likely that people aren't going to hang around and read it. So now, can you please improve section 1 to pass flesh ease scores? Keep, that should be enough actually. SEO benefits. Search engines like Google prefer content that is clear and easily readable. Great. So let's see how it goes here. I'll just copy that over. Paste it here. So now for each, I don't know about choosing. Is that the same? Did I just copy the wrong one? Keeping your lawn looking good doesn't have to be hard work. For busy homeowners, low maintenance lawn care is all about making simple changes. So that's not a bad first section. It's kind of an introduction to the reader. What you generally would want to do is break your each topic down into, where's that gone? Multiple other topics. So understanding low maintenance lawn care, it's fine for that just to be an introductory style section. But here, choosing the right grass for low maintenance. This is where we'll want to break this down into different topics or H3s. So H3 is just a title. I'll show you in a second. Let's move on to use H3s, bullet points and lists where needed, but don't force them. So let's see what it does here. So here we go. So our H2 is our main topic header. And then a H3 is another topic underneath that header. So best grass types. Here we go, broken up into bullet points, which is nice. It makes it easier to read, easier to scan through, cleans up the content a bit, rather than just having a whole bunch of text. Again, this helps with Flesh E scores because it makes it far nicer to go through and read. Now over here. We're choosing the right grass, so that would be our main header. So you can see how nice, legible that is. Obviously, you'd space it out, you'd clean it all up a little bit, but this is just giving you the general idea of how simple it is to use ChatGPT for blogging. And you would just go through and do the same for each. Now, section 3. Go through, do it all for all the sections. It'll write it out. And there you essentially have it. You do want to make sure that it is optimized for keywords. So it's always a good idea to, are you optimizing this with keywords? Let's see, the section is optimized with naturally integrated. Beautiful, so it's doing it. Keywords used in this section. Okay, so there you go. It is making sure that we are optimizing for keywords. So that means that any of these keywords here, eventually if Google love our content, we will start ranking for more and more keywords. So when people start doing Google searches which mention any of these things, we will slowly start showing and appearing in search results. The more authority we have, so the more topics about a topic, or the more posts about a topic we have, the more authority we have, Google will rank us higher and higher. And hey, you never know. One day we might just hit that top spot, number 1 spot, which is always a nice little achievement when you get there. So for that, do we need to cover anything else really? Frequently asked questions, they are very important. For a blog post, you can get more keywords in, and you can also answer SERP results, search engine results. Now come up with 10 FAQs for this post. Please search the SERPs for some ideas. So this will go through actually and search Google, and it will find commonly asked questions generally that people are asking. And they should be pretty good. What is the best grass type for low maintenance lawns? How often should I mow a low maintenance lawn? When is the best time to water my lawn? So you can see these are all questions that people will be directly asking Google. So again, it's a great opportunity, FAQs, to get some more keywords in, to cover some more topics, as long as those keywords directly relate to your topic. You don't just want to be putting in a whole bunch of random bits and pieces. Drought tolerance, I might leave that out. This one's all about low maintenance, so yeah, I wouldn't do number 10. But there you go, very quick and easy. You've got some really good questions, nice answers. I'm actually really impressed with the language chat is using today. It's not sounding like it's telling us a fairy tale. So we've gone over your keywords, keyword research, creating the introduction, going through, doing your sections, coming up with an FAQ. Oh, and of course, can you now come up with a great conclusion for this post? I just need a little conclusion there, which will pretty much just summarize the points. Hit it home. Hyphens, I hate hyphens. When I have that in my document, that's a straight delete. Use a comma there instead, or a full stop, start a new sentence. Humans don't generally use hyphens. So anything that a human doesn't do when it comes to text, if you see something that 99% of the population doesn't write, delete it, use a more humanly term or word, or whatever you call these, hyphens, commas, full stops. Google is a huge machine, and it is smart enough to just pretty much see a hyphen and go, this could be AI content. So we will get, maybe I'll actually use this as an example in the next video. I will go through and show you how to humanize this a little bit, how to clean it up, and try and get around Google AI, well, not Google AI detectors, because Google at the moment still isn't too fussed, from what I believe, about AI content. As long as it is good quality, helpful content. That's actually probably another prompt. Do you believe this content is helpful and valuable for the reader? We want to please Google. So that's probably another prompt you can put in at the beginning. I'll put in another prompt guide below in the pinned comments. I will do a far more in-depth prompt section where I go through the exact prompts I personally use. I kind of just did a bit of a quicker overview in this video just to show you what ChatGPT can do, how easy it is. But then maybe I will work on breaking down each section per video. So we'll do prompts for all your content generation, things that will change tone of voice and things like that. Maybe I'll have just a whole video alone on tone of voice as well. I've just constantly coming up with video ideas for this stuff. But value and relevance to, yes, the content you've developed is helpful and valuable for readers, and it aligns with Google helpful content. Here's why. So I'll go through. Fantastic. So this is another prompt we put in at the start. We'll tell ChatGPT that we want to be helpful, valuable content. We want to abide by the HCU guidelines. I've actually got a PDF that, can I link that? I'll see if I can share that as well down in my guide. It's a PDF that you can just copy and paste straight into chat. And that will give ChatGPT all the information about the HCU, and it helps it to create better content. Okay, I'll leave you with that. Sorry, I'll just blabbled on for a while, but I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll get into some more deep dives with the prompts. Have a good day. We'll catch you later. Cheers.